Good evening and welcome to ParaWeekly. I'm Derek Hayes and these are your paranormal news stories for the week of November 22nd, 2021. For the past 7 decades, government officials have dismissed and ignored most reported UFO encounters. That is, until last week. When asked about a recent report in which the government admitted it could not explain 143 out of 144 military encounters with unidentified flying objects, Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines said, "There's always the question of, is there something else that we simply do not understand that might come extraterrestrially?" Now, just a few weeks before Haines' comment, NASA Administrator Bill Nelson made a similar speculation that UFOs may have otherworldly origins. Now, comments like these could suggest future disclosure regarding extraterrestrial visitation. Now, are you selling your home and need to prove to the prospective buyer that it's not haunted? Well, take notes, because the Wuzhong District People's Court in China recently seized a property and put it up for auction as a way to repay the previous owner's gambling debts. However, since that previous owner passed away inside the residence, they worried no one would want to buy the home due to fears that it could be haunted. Now, as a result, the officials got crafty. To prove that no such haunting existed, they set up a 24-hour live stream from the home and hired a man to live in the apartment for a day. Now, despite the amount of viewers, no ghostly activity was captured, and probably more disappointing to the officials, no new bids on the apartment were gathered either. Now, in a bit of unfortunate news, we are sad to report the passing of Arlene Gall, Canada's celebrated Ogopogo expert, who was 84. Gall authored 3 books on Ogopogo, the legendary cryptid of Okanagan Lake, as well as consulted on several television programs about the elusive creature. Now, we thank Arlene for her contributions to the field. She will be remembered and missed by many. And now for some entertainment news. With several films and series under their belts, the Ohio-based Small Town Monsters crew continue their dedication to documenting first-hand stories of creature encounters with their latest feature, On the Trail of Bigfoot, The Discovery. For their newest adventure, Small Town Monsters teams up with the Olympic Project, an association of researchers, biologists, and trackers committed to documenting the existence of Sasquatch in northern Washington. Now, the film explores intriguing new evidence of tree structures and nest sites allegedly built by Sasquatch in the forest of Washington's Olympic Peninsula. The passion and commitment of both teams to determine the truth behind this curious case is definitely something worth watching. Through lush cinematography and in-depth interviews, the teams reveal what leader Seth Breedlove believes to be the most fascinating find ever unveiled. Tune in to make your own determination. Now, On the Trail of Bigfoot, The Discovery is currently available on most major VOD platforms, DVD and Blu-ray. Now, in other entertainment news, the first annual Paranormal Podcast Awards, presented by Paranormality magazine, were announced last month. Among the winners were Somewhere in the Skies, Cryptonaut Podcast, Into the Fray, and my very own podcast, Monsters Among Us. For a full list of winners, visit paranormalitymag.com, and a sincere congratulations to all of the winners, and a thank you to everyone that voted. And now it's time for our Sightings of the Week. Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Well, in some cases, like this next photo, that feeling may be warranted. Now, this terrifying photo was captured by a female camper with her cell phone camera after being awoken by a strange sound heard nearby her campsite in Edinburgh, England. Now, the brave woman hoped the flash on her cell phone camera would illuminate whatever was making the sound in the pitch black outside her tent. Now, she didn't notice this unsettling figure perched in a tree until she reviewed the photos later. Now, the mysterious glowing-eyed figure appears to be crouched in the tree, grasping branches, staring down at the photographer. Now, some have suggested the entity to be some sort of cryptid, such as Bigfoot, while others lean more heavily that it's a ghost in the haunting image. Still, some skeptical viewers claim it could be nothing at all. A simple case of pareidolia in the darkness. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure you're going to be thinking about it on your next camping trip. Now, has your doorbell camera ever caught something strange? Well, that's exactly what happened to UK man Matt Dalty when his security camera seemingly caught a triangular UFO. In the footage, you can see 3 twinkling lights moving in unison, slowly across the sky. Now, Dalty checked an online flight tracker to verify there was no reported air traffic in the skies at the time of the anomaly. So could this have been a formation of off-the-book military craft? Or could he have possibly caught a glimpse of something from another world? Be sure to tell us what you think below in the comments. And lastly, a glowing cigar-shaped UFO caught on film in France has left many witnesses perplexed. According to local media, the sighting occurred on the evening of November 9th near the city of Montpellier. Several people around the city saw and took footage of the craft, which was seen speeding across the sky. Now, experts were left puzzled until a few days later, on November 13th, when infamous French prankster Rémi Gaillard revealed that he was behind the incident. Now, Gaillard, along with several other participants, orchestrated the hoax as a critique of the media, saying it often makes people believe anything. Now, Gaillard promised he would explain how he pulled off this massive prank in more detail soon. I suppose this just goes to show you that you can't believe everything that you see on the internet. And now for tonight's final segment, viewer-submitted evidence. Now, before we get into tonight's encounters, a quick reminder that the following stories were sent in by viewers like you. Now, if you have a video, photo, or some audio you would like us to share, send us an email at ContactParaWeekly@gmail.com. Now, our first entry comes to us from Kat, and she writes, "Hi, my name is Kat. This was caught on my parents' security camera. It looks like a person walks across the street and disappears before walking into a tree. We don't know what to think about it. We can't seem to figure out a logical explanation to what we are seeing in the video. Now, it certainly looks like a translucent image of a woman in a dress appears briefly in the video. But having seen hundreds of videos like this myself, I know that sometimes these things are too good to be true. Now, this effect is so easily recreated on any basic video editor that I have a hard time buying into any videos like this. So tell me what you think in the comments below." Now, this next one was sent in by Brianna, and she claims the following image was caught on her doorbell camera back in August. Now, not only is this strange point of light seen dancing in the image, but Brianna claims that her dogs were also on edge, barking at the front door. Now, is this simply an insect on the screen, a celestial object, or a glowing orb of light from some mysterious origin? Let us know what you think in the comments. And our final viewer-submitted entry this evening comes to us from Rothschild, Wisconsin, where Melissa writes, "One night, on January 25th, 2021, at my job working as a cleaner at a school, I went outside around 8 at night, and I decided to look up at the sky. Well, I noticed, in line, about 6 to 8 round balls of light. They were orange in color, traveling across the sky at a pretty fast pace." Now, clearly in the video, we can see half a dozen or so glowing orange balls of light overhead. So could these simply be military flares, carried aloft by the wind, or are these oddities more of an unidentified variety? A big thank you to all of tonight's submitters, because that's going to do it for this episode. Now, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend about our little program. And we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. For ParaWeekly, I'm Derek Hayes. Keep it spooky out there.